A girl just been shot.
We got so much taken away from us that day.
Hey, it's Aynis. I made a star. This is Aynis. Look at Aynis.
Oh my goodness.
Shh. I found something. It's one of those grizzly bears. We have to sneak. This is not a bear. It's actually much more dangerous, and it's working my way.
June 15th, 2013. A graduation party is in full swing. Music's blasting, people are dancing, kids are running around. Just a normal celebration, right? But then gunshots tear through the night. Panic erupts. People scream. Bottles shatter. Parents grab their kids, duck for cover. And when the chaos settles, 4 people are on the ground, bleeding. One of them? A 12-year-old girl, Aynis Vargas, who was just there to enjoy the party. The question is, who did this? And why? Well, the answer would take detectives down a rabbit hole of gang rivalries, revenge plots, and one very suspicious stolen van. So, how did it all go down? And how did police track down the killers? Well, let's get into it.
911. I can't hear you, sir. What happened? 911 is your emergency. Someone's just been shot. A girl just been shot. In Providence? Yeah. Hello? Hello? Yeah, man, listen to me. Is this the shooting? Okay, the police and the rescue are on the way. Oh my God.
Police and rescue rushed to the scene, sirens blaring, but what they found was pure chaos. Chairs knocked over, bottles smashed, blood spattered on the pavement. It was clear something horrific had gone down. 4 people had been shot. Among them was 12-year-old Aynis Vargas, an innocent kid caught in the crossfire. She was struggling to breathe, clinging to life as paramedics worked frantically to save her. But before she could even make it out of the hospital, she was gone. Aynis wasn't the only victim. One woman had been grazed in the head, another took a bullet straight through her cheek, and a third had been shot in the abdomen. Scattered on the ground, 22 caliber shell casings, evidence of the shooter's weapon of choice. So, who would open fire on 3 women and a child at a graduation party? That's what investigators needed to figure out. The shooting had gone down in the Hot-Fed Avenue complex, territory of the Hot-Fed soldiers, a gang with a reputation in Providence. But strangely enough, no gang was stepping forward to claim responsibility. In fact, some were outright denying involvement on social media. With little to go on, police turned to security footage. That's when things got interesting. A van, one with a mismatched rear passenger door, was spotted creeping through the area, circling the block, doing U-turns like it didn't belong. Then, at 11:55 p.m., the van backed into a parking space, just a short walk from where the shooting would happen. 2 minutes later, a tall man in camo pants and a long-sleeve shirt was seen heading straight toward the party. At 11:57 p.m., the van peeled out of the lot. By 11:58, 911 calls started flooding in. So, was this just a random act of violence? Or was there something bigger at play? Because one thing was for sure, this was no accident.
I am a chicken. I bark with my beak.
Police put out a bolo, be on the lookout for the van. With its mismatched door, it wasn't exactly subtle, so it was only a matter of time before someone spotted it. But before cops could track it down, 911 got an interesting call. A man was on the line just reporting that his van had been stolen. Convenient timing, wouldn't you say? So, was this guy an unlucky victim? Or was this a cover-up? Because things were about to get even more suspicious.
Providence Police Operator 9. How you doing? My name is Ricardo Vasquez. I woke up to go to the store to get some drink, and I realized my car was out there.
The caller told dispatch his stolen van was a 2001 Nissan Quest, and it just so happened to have a mismatched back passenger door. Sound familiar? Yeah, because that was the exact same van seen lurking around before the shooting. Coincidence? Maybe. But let's be real, probably not.
Ricardo Vasquez, I reported my car stolen this morning. Okay. And my friend just called me and told me that he saw it. And I'm over here at my car right now. I'm in the hospital this morning, so if I came across it. Oh, you found it? Yes, I did. All right, where are you? I'm on 86 Julian Street.
The van turned up on Julian Street, about 3 miles from where Ricardo, the guy who reported it stolen, lived. And right away, something wasn't adding up. The van? Locked. The ignition? Untouched. No signs of a break-in, no signs of hot wiring, nothing. So, stolen? Yeah, police weren't buying it. In fact, they were pretty sure Ricardo wasn't just some unlucky victim. No, they believed he was the one driving that van the night of the shooting. With that, detectives asked Ricardo to come down to the station for a little chat.
What you did last night, starting, say, around, 6 o'clock?
I was with my girlfriend and my daughter last night. We was at my house hanging out. And the last time I looked at the time was maybe, it was like about 9:45. And then I woke up at 4 in the morning, got dressed, was gonna go to the store, realized my car wasn't there. I waited outside for a couple minutes as I called the police.
Investigators sat Ricardo down and got straight to the point. Were you out at all that night? Ricardo? Nope. He said he was home all night, fast asleep from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., never left the house. All right then, but detectives had one more question. Mind if we check your phone? Ricardo, maybe thinking he had nothing to hide, handed it over. Big mistake. The digital forensics team got to work, digging through everything. Texts, calls, social media, even deleted messages. And guess what? Ricardo was lying. He wasn't asleep. He was up on his phone, texting away. And those texts, well, they weren't helping his case. Messages showed Ricardo talking to friends, making plans, even saying he didn't have his car with him. But you know what he never said? That his car was stolen. So now, police weren't just suspicious. They were sure.
With each step, they made a promise to do their part to better the neighborhood, with the belief that this march is just the beginning of change.
I think it's truly a call for action. They know that they need to reach out to members in their community who can help the police with information relative to this shooting and all gun violence.
It just doesn't make sense, and we're going to stop it, and we're going to stop it now. It ends here. It ends with this 12-year-old. No more violence. If it doesn't end here, then when does it end?
July 3rd, 2013. Investigators got an email from Ricardo's phone company, and oh boy, did it blow his alibi to pieces. They had everything: call logs, messages, and, most importantly, location data. Now remember, Ricardo swore up and down he was home, fast asleep between 10 p.m. and 4 a.m., but his phone? Yeah, it told a very different story. At 11:45 p.m., just half a mile from the shooting, Ricardo's phone pinged, and right after the shots were fired, his location changed again. That was bad enough. But then there were the deleted texts. 2 hours before the shooting, Ricardo texted his girlfriend, saying he was out looking for trouble. He wanted to hit a lick. Basically, rob someone to make some fast cash. And 2 hours after the shooting, a very different tone. He told her things went wrong. 3 people were shot. 1 was dead. And now he was worried. So worried, in fact, that he was going to report his car stolen just to cover his tracks. Yeah, at this point, Ricardo wasn't just some guy with bad luck. He was officially a suspect. But there was a problem. See? The shooter from the surveillance footage? Big guy, tall, muscular. And Ricardo? Not so much. He was lanky, smaller. Nothing like the man in the video. That meant one thing: Ricardo wasn't the shooter. He was the driver. And he wasn't working alone. Looking at Ricardo's deleted call logs, 3 names popped up: Fat Boy, Blaze. DD investigators took those names to social media and quickly found Luis Gonzalez, aka Fat Boy, a heavyset guy, way too big to be the shooter. Then there was his little brother DD, taller but still lanky like Ricardo. So, not him either. That left Blaze. Real name? Brandon Castro. And this guy? Bad news. A known violent gang member, always getting into shootouts and fights, locked up more times than anyone could count. Law enforcement knew him. The gang unit knew him. And most importantly, Brandon Castro looked exactly like the shooter in the surveillance footage. And just like that, investigators had their prime suspect.
My name is Detective Bill Matera. The date is July 16, 2013. And in the room is Detective Frank Valella. And also in the room is state your name?
Ricardo Vasquez.
You sent a text to your girlfriend saying that you're okay, just scheming real quick. What was that all about?
I was scheming. I was just out there, just chilling with them for a little bit. I just said, just scheming.
Okay. Because right after that, you put, she says, be careful. You put, I will. I'm not stupid. I'm ready to lay something flat.
As far as shooting, I'm not a shooter. I never shot a gun on my leg.
We were standing there. I was inside my car at the time, parked right in front of Harriet Park, but at the corner where the stop signs are. The van pulled up, so I was pretty much like blocked in. And a bunch of dudes jumped out the van, screaming, Hoff, da-da-da-da. And at that point, I just put my car in reverse, just to get away from all of that. I pulled off, and as I was pulling off, that's when they broke my window. They jumped back in their car, and they just rode off. They just drove away. And I got out the car, and I started fixing my window. And then that's when Blaze and Fat Boy was like, yeah, let's just go for a quick ride. I personally wanted up the car.
Okay, you did.
Yeah.
All right, and who is Blaze?
Brandon.
Brandon what?
Hartford.
Okay, as you're in Hartford, you do see a party, right?
Yeah, so I said, no, I don't recognize them, and I kept on driving.
And then what changes?
And then I was going to take the right to head back to the highway.
Yeah.
But they said, nah, we'll just bang on the party then.
And at that time, who else was in the car with you?
Fat Boy.
What did Fat Boy say to that?
He said, all right.
And then you pulled the car over?
Yeah, I pulled the car over. They just jumped out. I just heard shots go off. And Blaze came jumping back in the car, and so he said, go, go, go. And I knew the gun went off because obviously you could smell it.
With enough evidence stacking up, police moved in. Officers tracked down Brandon Castro, aka Blaze, and slapped the cuffs on him. No more hiding, no more running. They brought him down to the station. It was time for some answers.
Well, what happened on Harriet Street?
I was drinking the whole night. I don't know who came up with the ideas of it, but I guess everybody came to the conclusion of going for a ride, going checking out what's going on in Hartford. Somebody in the car told me, let's go this way, and you'll see these people there. So I hopped out the car, with the gun and all that. So when I went to Chris Green, got up to the curb, just so you know how the fences are.
Yeah.
As soon as I got inside, I just started shooting. I didn't take aim at anything, anybody. I just wanted to say, do that and get out of there. I know it was only 4 shots that flew, and then I just ran back to the van.
So who was in the van? It was you, Richie, and Fat Boy? Was anybody else in the van? No?
I can't say that.
Okay.
After the interview, things moved quickly. Brandon Castro, Blaze, was arrested and hit with a murder charge. Right alongside him, Ricardo was also taken in and charged with murder. But here's the twist. Before the trial even started, investigators made Ricardo an offer, a lighter sentence if he cooperated, and guess what? Ricardo took it.
I'm showing you a photo. Do you recognize this photo?
Yeah, it's Fat Boy.
Okay, and was he in the car that night after you left Harriet Street?
Yeah, he was in passenger.
I'm showing you another photo. Do you recognize him?
Yeah, it's Diddy.
And was he in the vehicle when you left Harriet Street?
Yeah, he was sitting behind the passenger.
And I'm showing you a third photo. Do you recognize that?
Yeah, that's Little Angel, young safe.
Was he in the vehicle when you left Harriet Street?
In the back.
It was you, these three, and Brendan Castro. What is being said, and who is saying it?
We was gonna leave Bodell. I was gonna take the right and go back onto the highway. Fatboy said, no, just take the left and check Barry Road. Saw the party. Everybody joking about the party. What about the party? Let's bang on the party. Let's just bang on the party.
In the end, justice was served, but not in the way everyone expected. Brandon Blaze Castro, the shooter, pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and was handed 2 consecutive life sentences. No chance of parole. Ricardo? He cooperated, but it didn't save him. He pleaded guilty to murder and conspiracy to commit murder. The sentence? Life in prison, no deals, no second chances. As for Luis Fatboy Gonzalez, he dodged the murder charge, but he couldn't escape the law. The jury convicted him of discharging a firearm and conspiracy to assault. He got 70 years. He wasn't walking out of prison anytime soon. And Angel and Luis Didi Gonzalez, they both pled guilty to multiple counts of assault and conspiracy, getting 15 years each. And that's where the story ends for these guys. Justice may have been served, but the damage is done, and lives were lost. If you found this story as wild as I did, make sure to like and comment below. Let me know your thoughts. And hey, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more true crime stories just like this one. Until next time, stay safe out there.